Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about living with depression and anxiety. I recorded about 4 videos prior to this because I didn't know how to start it, or I don't like being vulnerable, but it's something that I really wanted to talk about for weeks now, and I think now it's like the right time because this is how I'm feeling at the moment, in this moment recording this video. By the way, do you see this? My face is breaking out because my sleeping pattern is messed up. But yeah, I want to talk about living with depression. People may think it's for attention, which it's not. There's different stages of depression, and to me personally, how it feels to me, like the pain is unbearable, and it feels like a thousand knives stabbing you from the inside and tearing you from the inside out, and that's just how it feels to me. And it makes you really weak, and it makes you go into this really dark place and sink into this really dark hole, and you don't want to put yourself in that hole, and you don't want to sink that deep. But the more I tell myself, Jabari, don't go down that hole, don't sink that deep, the more I fall into the rabbit hole. So it's really hard, and even with certain thoughts in your head, suicidal thoughts and all of that, it's it gets really hard. And I don't really want to burden anybody with my problems, because everybody got their own shit to deal with. So I feel like, if anything, it's I'm the one who's supposed to deal with all of this, so it caused me to bottle up certain things and bottle up my emotions, and because I hate being vulnerable and all of that. And even friends or family, I don't want to burden them with my situation or how I'm feeling. And people don't understand that depression is a wave of sadness can hit you out of nowhere. Like, you can be around friends, family, you can be at a party, you can be anywhere, and it just hits you out of nowhere. And that's just how it affects me. And it's really hard. I think it was the last 2 months, 2 months ago, had a really bad breakdown. And I was sinking deep in this dark hole. And the more I told myself, Jabari, you don't want to go there, the more I sank. And I began to say, Jesus help me, because I felt so weak, and I just started to put myself into a ball. The feeling is not nice. It's really not pretty. If you can get help, I'm talking about it, talk to someone about it, or professional help, you should, because I think that helps sometimes. Because sometimes when somebody asks if you're okay, and you say, yeah man, I'm good, but sometimes that one person will come along and be like, are you sure you're okay, or are you okay? And you just start to break down and everything. And in that moment, the last 2 months, when it really hit me out of nowhere, I just took off my clothes, I went in the shower, and I started calling on Jesus, and to help me, Jesus, and all of that. And it helped. Talking to God help. And even if you don't want to talk to anybody about your problems, or how you're feeling, just lay in your bed and talk to God about it. He will listen. He's always there for you. And you should never forget that. And this is also one of my personal beliefs and what I think, my personal opinion. I think that people forgot that they have a living spirit inside of them. So they forgot that they have a spirit, and we have to feed our soul. And people are forgetting about God and all of that, because they're tied to the pleasures of this world. And so they tend to forget that Jesus exists, and we have a living, breathing soul inside of us that we should feed, and help grow and nurture, and all of that, is what we put inside our body, the people we're around. And it comes back around. I don't want to burden anybody with my problems. And I really hate being vulnerable, but like living with depression is like really hard. Some of you maybe follow me on Instagram, Ultimate Advisor, and the reason I created Ultimate Advisor in the first place is to take away like that, like it's like to build a wall and to put up like a facade, and let people not see like the weak side of me or the vulnerable side, and like, oh, Ultimate Advisor instead of Jabari Henry, who is like depressed and stuff. But these days I'm learning it's good to show emotions and good to be vulnerable, and being vulnerable doesn't necessarily mean you're weak. But it gets really hard sometime, and even though you want people to be there for you, it's like, no, you want, like, depression just makes you want to stay by yourself, and it makes you isolate yourself from everything and everyone, and just put you into a ball and like this cave of isolation. And that's just how I feel. Like, I just feel like recording this video now, like I had like tons of files like on depression and stuff, and like it just didn't feel right until now. So like this is how I'm feeling in the moment, and like talking about it now, I'm feeling much better. So yeah, if you have somebody you can talk to, a friend, family, or you can talk to God if you don't want to talk to your friends or family. Like, God will, as I said, God will listen, and your friends will listen also, and don't shut them out. I know I should take my own advice, and that's what I tend to do at times, to shut them out. But I don't really want to blame the depression, but I guess that's like part of the reason the depression like isolates me from everybody, and like I just bottle up everything. As I said, I don't want to be vulnerable, and like it seems like it makes you weak and all of that. And sometimes posting certain things like songs or whatever that are writing and my statuses, that's just how I deal with it sometimes. And it's not about attention. Sometimes, like, you want that one message from somebody, even sometimes strangers, like, hey, I hope you're good, we love you, everybody loves you, we're rooting for you. And just that one message from anybody, especially from a stranger, it makes you feel really good inside, and it just brightens your day, and it makes like the depression goes away little by little. So yeah, but everybody who is like suffering with severe depression, you'll be okay, and stay strong, and we got this. So that's what I have to say. I feel like much better talking about it now, and I don't know if I'm gonna upload this, but if I do and you're seeing this, you'll be okay. Stay strong. And I know it's hard to talk to people, but find somebody to talk to. And as I said, if you don't want to talk to anybody, talk to God. Find a quiet space in your house, even in your room, and just talk to him, and just lay all your burdens on him, and just tell him how you feel, and I guarantee you feel much better. But yeah, because sometimes I try to listen music and that doesn't really help. But yeah, it's like really hard. I even tried I used to cut myself, and I tried committing suicide and all of that when I was younger. And it's like this constant self sabotage and this battle within my mind. And it's like it's really really hard because you're torn between the two, and like your thoughts is like split per se, like good and evil. And when you make up these scenarios in your head, and you're being paranoid about everybody and everything around you, like, oh, they don't love you, your friends are talking bad about you, they don't appreciate you, them bad men and all of that. And I think some of that comes from, years of betrayal, because I tend to be like a good person, and I try to be a good person. Everybody's not, nobody's perfect. And I don't strive to be perfect, but I try to live good with every and anybody. And when some people do me certain things, like, it really really hurts, because I would never do that, and I would never put them in that position. So when people hurt me like that, like, it really really hurts, because I never do them like that. But I guess it's like years of betrayal and stuff. And sometimes parents tend to not understand also, like, even though they strive to want to understand, like, they truly won't understand. And even if you say okay, they do understand, it's like in your head, it's like okay, you tell them and say them understand, but it's like in your head you're like no, them don't understand, they're going to judge you on the low, and just talk bad about you or think negative thoughts towards you. And those are the things that go through my mind and the things I struggle with on a daily basis. And when you have good people around you, you push them away because of the depression and anxiety. And I used to be like this social butterfly, as people would say, but like it's like really hard sometimes. But as I said, talking about it like this, because this is how I'm feeling, and it's like this pain in my stomach. And it's like it makes me really weak, and it just makes you want to cry and curl up into a ball. But talking about it just makes it go away and make it hurts less. So yeah, we'll be okay, and just stay strong, and that's just what I have to say. So yeah, peace.